It is Wednesday. It's about 5:30, so I get done with work fairly early today. I went to do some admin stuff. I'm still getting everything settled with my immigration paperwork and everything, just everything. I wouldn't say I've been, personally victimized by the Spanish bureaucracy as of yet, knock on wood, but nonetheless, there are still so many little things to do. So anyway, I did some of that. I came home, I took a nap because I am so tired. Now it's raining outside. It's very nice ambiance. I want to start getting myself organized. There are a lot of things that, even aside from the admin stuff, there's a lot of things that I just want to refresh. I need to update my Spanish media database of all the things that I've watched and read and listened to. I would like to clean out my YouTube, just all kinds of different things, my notes on my phone and laptop, just pure chaos. I'm just gonna listen to some YouTube and do some of that, and I will update you when I get a little bit farther. Hello. It's the next day. The washer is going, which is super, super loud, so sorry if that's obnoxious. I have Spanish class in 10 minutes. I'm gonna be honest, the last thing that I want to do is Spanish classes, but I have a couple months left on Babbel Live, and so I do kind of want to finish the C1 classes. I want to nap so badly. I'm so tired. We'll see how it goes after these classes. I did book 1 private class and 1 group class. So yeah. Hello. Things have gone downhill. I did manage to finish the video to upload for today, but I have a cold, I guess as can be expected with the start of school. So yeah, I'm just gonna be a slug today. It's also raining outside again, so I probably wasn't going to want to do that much anyway, but it was not great, so I'm sure a nap is in my future also. But for now, I'm just going to read in bed and not do too much else, I don't think. Oh hey, it is now Saturday morning. I just finished reading a book. I was reading the book Bunny in English, and I read 75% of it yesterday, and I just finished it this morning. So, nothing to do with anything here, but the other thing that I did yesterday was go through all of my subscriptions on one of my YouTube accounts. So I have the language account, and then I have my reading account, which my reading account is kind of like my general. I was following a bunch of people on my language account that aren't making language videos, and I want that one, the subscriptions to be solely language themed videos. So now I still need to go through my subscriptions on my regular account. That's what I'm gonna do now, watch some YouTube and do that, and then I might start another book. I'm just so tired that really the only thing I'm wanting to do is just read really interesting books or take naps. Hello, welcome back to this corner. It's Saturday night, almost 8. This whole weekend has just been a blur of reading, napping, watching stuff. I started my Portuguese show again. Not much to report other than that. I did book some more Babbel classes. So there's 32 classes on the C1 level. I've finished 3 of them. I've scheduled 9 more, so I'm about a third of the way through scheduling them. I think I mentioned, I really didn't want to do the ones that I had scheduled. And, they were fine. It always is. You dread it, and then you actually do it, and you're like, this is fine. I need to stop being so dramatic. So I tried to schedule about 3 or 4 a week. I have kind of gone up and down a little bit and feeling better today. I do feel quite a bit better right now. The only one that wants me to feel better more than I do is my cat. Because although she has clearly been loving this not doing anything, not going anywhere life, I keep waking her up from her deep, deep sleep with violent sneezing attacks, and she hates that. She hates sneezing. So she's been losing a little bit of patience with me, but I did finish going through all my YouTube stuff, so now I am going to write down all of the ebooks that I own that I haven't read yet, because ebooks for me are really easy to just download or buy and then never think about again. If I don't have some reason to read them, I tend to just put them on my e-reader and then they just vanish from my brain. So anyway, hello, welcome. I don't know why the lighting is so red. So it is Monday. I went to work, went to the grocery store, came back home, took a nap, did some things. We're well into the evening now. I think it's 7 o'clock, so I'm probably going to read for the rest of the night, to be honest, but I thought maybe, you'd be interested in a little grocery haul. I am still in the phase of loving going to the grocery store because, it's all different and new and everything, so even though, I'm such a creature of habit that I am still buying mostly the same things, but I already broke into these, but these are oat cookies with chocolate. I have long been a granola and yogurt breakfaster, and the granola here is a little bit different. It's more just oats, it's not as crunchy, so I've been mixing granola with muesli, I don't know how to say that, which is very crunchy, so if I kind of mix them. This one is chocolate, not the healthiest, but fun. For yogurt, I have my Albro mango, 2 liters of oat milk, soy pudding. The lactose intolerant situation here in Spain is very good. They have a lot of plant milks, and a lot of also lactose-free dairy, which is not very common at all in the US. Tortilla de patatas, pre-made. I really want to find a vegan one of these. This has egg in it, and I do try not to eat egg at home, at least. I already ate one of these today when I got home, but these are pizzas, horchata de chufa, which is apparently a Valencian take on horchata made with chufa, which I forget already what it's called, but it's something that I'd never heard of in English, but it's tasty. Juice, orange and peach. Last week I got orange and pineapple, so, changing it up. I got this pack of chocolate oat milk for a little school snack for myself. Chamomile tea, which accidentally I got the one with artificial sweetener in it. I need to get better at actually reading labels. Didn't get it on this trip. I got it at Aldi when I stopped by there to see how Aldi was here. Look at this container. This is as big as my face. of like Nutella type spread, and it was full. Oh, and I got more coffee. I think that's it. Work is going well. I'm kind of to the point now where it's not quite as anxiety inducing every day. My cat's running around. So that's good, and I'm really liking the kids. Tomorrow's my longest day. I have my longest school day, and then I have tutoring in the evening. So that's gonna be really tiring because like today I feel pretty good cold-wise, like not too bad at all, but it was definitely tiring actually, like being up and about all day rather than what I've been doing the days previously. So anyway, hello. So it's Thursday. So I finished work. I had 2 Spanish classes which went so badly, like so badly. I'm like still rosy cheeked from like the pure effort of trying to string together a single coherent sentence. Like dire situation. I'm just gonna like take a vow of silence over the weekend and hope that this goes away. But we're gonna have a nice, fun, restful, exciting weekend. I do think I'm only going to put today in the vlog because I do want to post this tomorrow. I went to go to Jerez, so I'm not explaining this well. So in Spain, if you're not familiar, most of the major cities have a cercanías train, which is like the outskirts train, and you can get a pass for that train. It's called an abono right now. It's like a government subsidized thing. So Cádiz is at one end and Jerez is at the other end of the Cádiz cercanías train, and it's like the other largest city I think in the Cádiz province. So I went to check out some bookstores and go to the mall there because they have a big pet store. I've been struggling to find a cat scratcher. I'm sure that there are tons of them everywhere, but the only pet store that I went to had one, but it was like 15 or 16 euros just for the cardboard part, not for like any frame. And so I went to find something cheaper than that if they have, or like if it's 15 euros, I wanted to have like more than just a slab of cardboard. So anyway, they do have a bookstore at the mall also, but I need to get a move on if we're gonna do all of this because it is already like 4 p.m. So then later this weekend, I want to go to Cádiz, and hopefully it'll be pretty nice this weekend. It's supposed to be after like 6 solid days of rain every single day, all day. But yeah, anyway. Okay, so the first store that I went to was called Bookstore Laberinto, I think, and it is beautiful. One of the most beautiful bookstores that I've ever been to. The selection was like good. It was mostly like, I don't want to say mostly classics, but like a lot of very literary books. They had a really nice little YA section, but very small. The bookstore in general was pretty small, but they did have quite a lot of books. Gorgeous bookstore, definitely recommend. And then right around the corner is La Luna Nueva. This is like one of the best bookstores I've ever been in, like so nice. The big room when you first enter is like all of the adult books, and it was super overwhelming. Something that I've noticed about Spanish bookstores is that they tend to organize by publisher, which I hate. I don't know who published the book, nor do I care. So like, but even within publisher, I have not been able to figure out how they organize it, if they organize it. Most of them do not seem to be alphabetical, anything. I don't know, maybe I'm missing it, but anyway, cool, beautiful, wonderful selection. in the main room, and then the YA children's room. Oh my goodness, I could have spent hours in here looking at fantasy and all of those things. Yeah, I will definitely be back to this bookstore. And I saw a bunch of people carrying bags from this store, so clearly a mainstay of the city. Then I went to the mall. The first place, I went to this variety shop and very excitingly purchased an energy drink and rags for the kitchen. I did end up getting a scratching block for my cat. And the bookstore here, also very, very, very good bookstore. Huge selection. Wonderful. Also, we'll probably be back here. The thing that disappointed me, okay, so I'm trying not to really buy books right now because obvious reasons, but it's like, obviously I would love to be able to support these bookstores. So, I wanted to buy stickers. Like, I would love to have stickers for my e-reader, for, I don't know, a water bottle. Like, stickers are so in right now, and I don't understand why physical stores have not picked up on this fact, like, at all. Especially here, like, they're definitely not common in the US either, but they've caught on a little bit. Whereas here, they're not. I've never seen stickers at a store, like, you know, like, outside of a craft store. Anyway, so yeah, this was super fun. I loved checking out these stores, and I'll definitely be back probably to all of them because they were so cool. And now my camera roll is just full of pictures of books. So I will see you in the next vlog. Adios.